everybody, it's Deb here with Creative Life and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here with me and thank you guys for joining me today. So today we're going to use the January Mixed Media Kit from Jolie, and we're going to create this beautiful page, and I cannot wait to share how to create this. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, so for this project, I'm still going to be using some 3/4 design items, and I'll probably use some of the cut aparts from the little pages here that you get in the scrapbook kit. And then I will also be using, or maybe using, in addition to the sentiments that you get in the mixed media kit. Now, these sentiments are so awesome, and you get a ton in here. Tons and tons of words to make your own sentiment, to build up your sentiment however you want it, or if you want to just choose one that's kind of already done for you. I just think that this is a really cool sentiment booklet that you get in the mixed media kit. And I'm also going to be using one of the stencils from a past kit. I don't know if that kit is still available, but if it is, I will link it down below for you in the description box, and you can check that out. So the stencil is going to be this really pretty one that is like a script type, and it's by Finnabair. I absolutely love this stencil. It's one of my favorite ones, and here it is right here. It's a manuscript stencil. And like I said, if it's still available, I'll link it down below. If it's not available, then I'm not going to link it because you won't be able to get it. But and then here I bought this little, this is actually a little sketchbook. The paper inside is for sketching. It's not for water coloring or anything. I do want to get one of those books, but I thought right now I have this, and good thing we have gesso, so I could go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and paint this white. And we're just going to do something fun. I've been wanting to do a mixed media book. I've seen a lot of people do them, and they're so fun. And I thought, you know what? It's fun because this is a book where you can just do your own thing. You know, you're just creating a page for you, and either putting your thoughts down on it, or maybe you want to practice doing a technique or something. So this is where you're going to do all of that. And how fun is that? So I am not a sketcher. I bought this book because I thought the cover was really pretty. Because I love birdhouses and I love birds and flowers, and so spring is one of my favorite times of year, and y'all know that. If you've been part of my channel for a while, you know that spring is my thing. So yeah, so I just thought that this would be super fun to do. And right here I've got some like ink splotches or something on here, and I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just going to leave it because we're going to color over this anyway using our heavy white gesso. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my paintbrush. Now, what I did, these are the brushes that come in the kit, and what I did is I kind of by memory, I kind of picked this one out for my gesso brush because it's bigger and you can cover a little bit more space with this. And so I kind of decided that I like this one for my gesso brush, and you can do the same thing. Now, I can also use it for other things as well, but I just thought for a gesso brush, this one would be my gesso brush, and then the other ones I'm switching off between other things. Now, this one, I started doing the 3D gloss gel with it, and the gloss gel kind of stuck to the ends of the little hairs, and I, tried to get it off really good, and it worked. I did get some of it off, but some of it is still on there. But you can use or designate a brush for certain things, just kind of like you do with your inks. You designate certain little foam tips or whatever to color, for the color that you're using, so you don't mix the colors in and stuff. But you can do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my white gesso, and I'm actually just going to put it on top of here. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is that your gesso will kind of dry at the tip there. Don't worry about that. Just peel that off and go ahead. And I'm just going to lay that down just like that. If I need more, I'll go ahead and put some more on. So here I'm just going to spread my gesso down, and like I said, it's a white background, and I'm putting the gesso on because this is just like a sketch paper. It's not treated, right? So if we're going to be doing mixed media on something, we need to have that that paper or whatever your canvas treated with your white gesso, okay? And because this is, like I said, it's paper, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of cover this whole thing here.
So I thought I would fast forward a little bit for you so you wouldn't have to see me spread this on continuously. And I wanted just to say the reason why we're spreading this on is not only because it's just paper, but because the gesso helps prepare your surface to have contact with paint so it doesn't either bleed through or it doesn't, soak into your canvas or whatever you're using for your mixed media. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I went ahead and got my little platter uh, paint thing that I use. It's actually a Mary Kay makeup tray. And I went ahead and used the liquid acrylic violet. Now, I've been using this one a lot throughout this month because it matches the paper perfectly. And it is a liquid acrylic. It is by Art Alchemy by Finnabair. And and then I went ahead and also grabbed the Flat Magical Foxglove Fuchsia. And this is by Lindy's Gang. Now, this is actually a powder, so it's not liquid. I went ahead and added some modeling paste to both of these to kind of give them more of a thickness. So because we're going to be using the pounce technique on this, and it's going to be kind of like I'm doing a circle, and you'll see here in a minute what I mean. so so here I'm just spreading that paint on top of my little napkin, and I'm just using that pouncing technique. And this, I'm telling you right now, I know this is gonna look a mess when you guys see this, but it really turns out so cool, and I really love how this turned out. So, but you can, of course, do your page however you want. I am just here for inspiration for you guys, and that is with everything that I do. So, anytime you see anything, if you want to case it, and that means if you want to use it or do a duplicate of it, you are more than welcome to go ahead and copy anything that I create. All I ask is that you just post it on our Trace Jolie page. And if you can tag me, I would appreciate it. So that makes me happy because I love to see your work, especially if I'm inspiring you guys to create something. I love to see what y'all make. So here again, I'm just using the pouncing technique, and I went ahead and dragged some of that fuchsia over to the mat because I'm again using that with the modeling paste, and I'm just spreading that around in a kind of, not really a circle, kind of like an oval. So I wanted it to be like a dark on the outside and then light on the inside and then white in the middle. And you'll see here in a minute how this turns out. It is so beautiful. And then I decided I was going to use this again, Lindsay's Gang, and it is a glitzy magical gleaming gold. And this is a powder. Okay, this again came in one of the kits from last year. And at first I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do like water on it. And then so I put it in the little tray and I was painting it on, but then I started and I was painting it on the white spots, and you'll see here, like you can see some of the little white spots throughout the areas here. And then I started thinking, you know what, I kind of want to just dab it on here and then wet it and see what it does, because I kind of liked that marbling look, right, that's on the paper itself. And so I thought, we're just going to go ahead and do this, and it turned out really cool. So then what I did is, after it created these lines on the paper, I just grabbed my brush and I just started following the lines with the gold. Wherever the water lines went, that's what I did. And then I just started painting my own little lines. And then I started thinking, this would be cool to use one of the ends of our brushes that we got. And so I mixed it with some modeling paste. Again, it is the Glitzy Gold by Lindy's Gang. And I put that little, it's kind of like a little scalloped edge. And I went ahead and just started, I put a lot down, and I'm almost out of this because I just love it so much. And so I started mixing it together, right? And then I went ahead and grabbed that little scalloped edge and I kind of smushed it in there, and I kind of, went back and forth, and then I kind of just grabbed it and started making the S lines with it. And see how cool it made, like these little golden swirly lines. I just loved that. And so I just went ahead and did it throughout the whole thing. And I just love how this looked. And it just turned out super cool on the sides, especially with that purple and the gold with the pink. And you can even see that with the gold and the purple, or the purple and the pink, it kind of made like a lavender kind of color in between there. So I really like how that looked. Okay, so for this next part, I took that finnabair stencil that we got from one of the past mixed media kits, and I decided to use black gesso on this word stencil. Now, I have to tell you that because I think I wasn't holding it down flat enough, and some of the words did kind of, they just didn't turn out right. I mean, some of the gesso got underneath there, and so, and that is my fault, of course. So, but I still liked it. I mean, I still liked the black on the purple and the pink. It turned out really pretty. And here I am just going to go ahead and I'm just placing that black gesso on. And that's okay. I noticed it after I lifted it up, and I was like, okay, well, it is what it is, right? So we can still do it. So here I'm going to put some more words down, and I put the napkin underneath the other part because I didn't want that to seep onto that edge there. So that's why I put the napkin under there. And then same thing with this one. I just went ahead and used a little piece of that, the words. And again, they didn't lay all the way down because, it's kind of that spiral, the metal ring, is kind of keeping it lifted. And, but, it is what it is. And I kind of, like I said, I like how this turned out. I think it turned out really nice. And, um, and this is just a learning curve. I know next time that I can't, if I want to use a stencil, I have to use it with it laying down flat. So, so the next thing we're doing is we're gonna do this chipboard piece. Now this is a brick chipboard piece from Trace Jolie, and if you like this chipboard piece, I'll put the link down below for you, so you can hop on over and take a look at it and grab that. And what I did is I actually use the, I think it's called Glamour Gel, and it is so pretty. Now that came in one of the past kits, and I just went ahead and painted that whole thing that color. I love that because it's a brown, but it also has a gold speckles in it, and it's so pretty, you guys. I love that. I love that one. It's my favorite. And so next we're going to use this flower, and this flower is actually from the scrapbook kit, and we used one already, so now we're using the second one. You get two in that kit, and you can find these flowers in the kit, or you can actually go online and purchase those on their own. You don't have to use them. I mean, you can use them by themselves. If the kit is sold out and you like these, you can definitely grab those at the shop. So here I'm going to go ahead and use the brown on the stem, and then I'm going to come back in, and I'm actually going to use another Lindsay's Gang powder, and I'll show you that one in just a second. So in this piece, the little flower pieces in the middle come off. So I went ahead and just took those out because I didn't want, we're going to do something else with those. So we're going to use some gelatos on those. Now, what I'm painting on here is the Magical Bayou Boogie Gold. And I kind of liked the gold around the flowers. And so, and that's just mixed into that brown. So the next thing I did is I took the petals out of the middle part of the flower, and I went ahead and grabbed my gelatos, and I am just going to color them in. And I used a couple of different colors because I really wanted like a purple on here, and so I used like a dark lavender and a light lavender kind of color with a pink to kind of get it to where I wanted it. And I think it turned out pretty good. So again, you can use your gelatos. You do not need to prep the chipboard if you're using your gelatos. I've done them before in the past. Now you can if you want to, but if you are using like paint or something like that, you definitely want to prep your chipboard with the white or clear gesso. Okay. Okay, you guys, so now we are on to decorating our page, and I get so excited during this part because this is one of my favorite parts to do. And we're going to go ahead, and you can use your regular glue if you want to, but you can also use your 3D glass gel, which is in the kit. So you can use either one to prep your items to be glued down. Next, I went ahead and added in my little petals into my flower, and I think they look so cute. They look so pretty. I love it. And then for this, we are going to cut this apart, and I know. So I kind of had a hard time with cutting this apart because I was like, I don't want to cut it apart, but I really wanted to use this sporadically throughout the page, and it gives you a little bit left over so you can use it again later. So here, and you can cut yours to any size, any way that you want, okay? I just thought that this would look really good right here down in the right-hand corner, and then I went ahead and used a piece up above the on the left side, and then in the right-hand corner on the right side. So This turned out so good. I absolutely love how these pieces kind of fell apart, and I got to stick in the pieces where I wanted them. So yeah, so I really liked that. And then here we're going to use our 3D gloss gel. Now here is, I just went ahead and placed it on top of the chipboard piece on the back, and then I used my brush that is designated for my 3D gloss gel because it is very sticky, you guys. Okay, it is super, super duper sticky. So if you get this on your hand, you're gonna have to use a scrubby or something to get it off because it will stick to your fingers. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. So, because once you lay this down and it dries, it ain't going nowhere. So, it is not gonna move. And then I went ahead and used some of the glue and just adhered down the little bricks where I wanted them. And that's kind of like what I'm doing right here. I also used the little brush and just stuck the brush in the little nozzle of the 3D gloss gel and brushed the glue in the little brick areas and then filled those in with other little bricks. So here is where I went ahead and trimmed this off again, and I went ahead and just used that piece that I trimmed off, and I'm going to stick that right up above the black wording there. And then what I did is because there was some I guess little areas where you could see the chipboard, and I went ahead and just used that brown to paint that and cover that up. So here I went ahead and clipped off that little piece. Now originally I was going to use the larger piece, but I really liked the smaller piece and I thought that fit well, so I just went ahead and grabbed that and stuck that on the back, or stuck glue on the back and then adhered that down. And so yeah, I thought that that looked so good. Loved it, loved it. And then here again, went ahead and just placed that gloss gel right on the back, and then made sure that all of the areas that it was going to, some of the areas were going to be attached to the paper, and just try to, move that around all over the place. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick some bricks inside of there. And so here I'm just using the gloss gel. I'm just going to go ahead and stick some little bricks inside of there. And I like the little bricks that cut out on the ends because they fit into the little areas right there. Really cool. So I thought it looked really neat. So I hope that you're enjoying this video. I really hope that you are getting some inspirations to start your own mixed media art journaling. Um, I really think this is going to be fun, and I have I think I'm going to be doing this on a monthly basis. So if you are interested, you can join me anytime. And these videos are listed under my playlist for Trace Jolie projects. And I think I also have a mixed media playlist. I'm not sure, but they're definitely going to be underneath the Trace Jolie mixed media or Trace Jolie projects on my playlist. So so the next thing we're going to start doing is I decided to go ahead and grab my glossy accents and place this over the top of my petals. And that would just bring them out a little bit more and give them kind of a little shine, and that I thought that they needed. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some flowers from our scrapbook kit, and we're going to use these flowers. Now if you don't have these flowers, that's okay. You can grab whatever flowers you have on hand. Whatever you want to use, you can use. So here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm placing these down kind of randomly on the page. I'm not sure if I don't think I ended up leaving them there. I think I ended up moving them around. Um, and so yeah. So next I decided to go ahead and cut this cute little kitten on the books. And I decided to do this because I read a lot of books throughout the year and I love reading. And so I, you know, decided that, since I'm kind of, making this page for me, it's my art journal page. Even though it's a project for Trace Jolie, I decided to go ahead and put that kitten there on the little books. And I kind of like it. I really thought that that would look super cute on there. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to find some of our sentiments. Now, I use the sentiment book that comes in the mixed media kit, and the sentiment that I chose is called Find Your Path, which is the name of my video. And then the second one I used was Be Patiently Curious, or I'm sorry, Passionately Curious. So find your path, be passionately curious. And I just kind of thought that, to me that meant like be passionately curious about maybe spreading your wings, kind of trying new things. And you're, curious, or I'm curious about learning more mixed media. And so I thought this would be a good one to use. Next, I decided to go ahead and back these up on some purple cardstock, which is the pattern paper. And I decided to go ahead and use some of the foam tape that I have in my stash. So went ahead and did that. I also fussy cut out those butterflies. You'll see the butterflies that are sitting around there. Those butterflies are actually in the scrapbook kit, and I just went ahead and fussy cut out. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. There's three butterflies and one dragonfly. So next I'm just adding some 3D glue on the back of the flowers, making sure that they're adhered down. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some of the foam tape to the back of our little sentiment there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue him down. So I was just trying to figure out where I wanted him. Like I didn't want him too far apart, but I didn't want him like really far down. So it was kind of, I think I put him in the right place. I think that he fit right where he was supposed to go. So, and I'm just going to go ahead and maneuver him around a little bit. And, and I think that was the place that I picked right there. And yeah, so and then we're going to come in, and this I really like doing. Now I came in with some of the art stones, and what I did was I went ahead and just placed some 3D glue down on top of my mat, and then I put some of the art stones in the lid and then just grabbed them while I needed them. So I would dip my brush into the glue and then grab the art stones on the tip of my brush and then go ahead and then lay them down wherever I wanted them. So I did this continuously throughout the little page here, and I just put them wherever I kind of liked and where I thought, I would like to see them. And I just kind of wanted them like all over, kind of tucked underneath the flowers, kind of out in the open. Um, I really like the art stones. I think it gives your um, project a really nice look and something different. So, as I said, I just went ahead and continuously placed them all over, just grabbing them on my little brush and then sticking them down. Now I did let mine dry overnight, but it doesn't take too long for them to dry. So if you wanted to let them dry for, for a few minutes, just step away and let them dry and then come back and check them. You can definitely do that. Okay, we're getting down to the wire, you guys. I'm so excited. So the next thing I did is I took my textured paste and I decided to go ahead and do a splatter. Now, I don't usually do splattering, so um, I had really a lot of fun. Now, Kim does splattering every time she does a canvas, and so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try it and see if I can do this because I tried it before. It didn't work out very well. So I tried it and I did see some results there. You can see a little bit of the splatter. And then I did white and I did black. And the black was really nice. I loved how that black looked. Now I didn't cover anything up. I just kind of let my splatters go wherever they wanted. And I had like a little scrap piece of paper there, so I grabbed that out of the way. And there we go.
Okay, you guys, so we finished this beautiful page and I am so happy with it. I don't know if you guys, I hope that you guys like it. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and found inspiration. I really love how this turned out and I really wasn't sure what to expect because it's my first one, but I really had fun, you guys. I really did. We used the pouncing technique around with the purple and the pink. You can see a little bit of the paints that mixed and you get that really pretty lavender. We added some gold through here, not only just using the glitzy gold from Lindsay Gang, the Gleaming Gold, but we also used our paintbrush, and I'm going to take out this one, and this is the nib that we used to create some of these like swirly lines in there, and I think that they turned out beautiful with that. And then we came in and we decorated our little flower here, that is from the scrapbook kit, and I fussy cut out some of these little butterflies and this dragonfly from the scrapbook kit. We did use the little art stones that are in the scrapbook or in the mixed media kit, and I went ahead and used this. Now you can use this as well. I just grabbed this and used this Nouveau and spray to kind of just dab this onto my my little art stones and to give them a little bit of a shine. And you guys, it works really great. I want to put a little bit more on here, but yeah, it worked really good and I really like it. And then we did our stencil with black gesso. We used the white gesso to prime our page, and then we went ahead and did this brick chipboard piece. We cut it in half and we went ahead and used that glamour gel that's the brown, and if that kit is still available, I'll link it down below for you. And then I used the flowers that come inside of the scrapbook kit, and then fussy cut out this super cute little kitten. We also used the splatter technique, and this is my first time using that technique that was successful, I should say. But it was really fun to do. I have to say this page was really fun, and I hope that you all, like I said, I hope you all got inspiration, and if you did, please make one and share it with us on our Trace Jolie page. Now, even if you don't have the items from Trace Jolie to create, to do what I did, use what you have on hand and just come on over and post your projects, because we have a mood board, so you might want to check that out. Every month we have a mood board, and if you post your project using the colors or the theme of that mood board, then you can win a prize, you guys, and you don't want to miss out on the prize. Okay, so yeah, come on over and post your pics of what you make and follow the rest of our wonderful designers on our page. So thank you guys again for joining me. I love the sentiment here. Just real quick, I want to let you know I used the sentiment book, and that book is in the mixed media kit, and it is a wonderful addition to your stash because it has tons and tons of words and it has phrases in here for you to use. So thanks again for joining me, you guys. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining me today. Head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop, and please like, subscribe, and comment. And come join me for Friday night live shows, Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.